Welcome to Jackie Larsen fra The Breakers, and welcome to you, little Steven Van Zandt. You are here in Copenhagen. I was just telling the viewers some of the places that they might know you from, but you're also a radio host and a record producer. You're here in Copenhagen because of The Breakers. How did you hear of them?
Yes, a friend of mine actually put out the first record, or one of the early records, and you know, they were sent to us, as many records are sent to us, to play on the radio show.
What was it about them that caught your attention?
Well, they're great, you know, very much up our alley, which is traditional rock and roll. You know, we call it garage rock now, but it's actually just traditional rock and roll in the, you know, style of the early Rolling Stones or what we call the early British invasion bands, the Beatles, Stones, the Who, the Kinks, you know, that kind of stuff. It's my favorite stuff. And our radio show is kind of built around it, that sound. You know, we play the great old stuff and also the great new stuff.
Okay. Det Little Steven, han fortæller, det er, at han hørte om The Breakers, han fik tilsendt noget musik med dem, og så spillede han dem på sit radioshow. Og det, han godt kunne lide ved dem, det var, at de lød lidt som den slags musik. Han godt kan lide god gammeldags rock and roll, garage rock, og han sammenlignede dem blandt andet med tidlige Rolling Stones. Jackie, du kendte alt til Little Steven, da han første gang henvendte sig til jer. Hvad var han for dig?
Det var jo en af dem, jeg havde hørt hele min barndom, og med alt det musik, jeg har gået og hørt og kunne finde referencer til. Så det var jo både en ære og et stort skulderklap, og de pludselig kom ind til den verden på en anden måde, ja. og få en hjælp og en guide.
Ja, for I fik at vide, at I blev spillet på hans radioshow. Ja. Men pludselig så, da de ikke længere havde pladekontrakt i USA, så henvendte han sig til jer og sagde, jamen, så lad da mig. Er det ikke rigtigt?
Ja. Det er korrekt.
Det nummer, the song you played on your radio show was Dance a Go-Go, and I think we should just hear like 30 seconds of it just to remind the people of it.
Great.
Sometimes I'm lonely, sometimes I cry, sometimes I wanna kill myself and die, but the beat keeps moving while I move across the floor, and when I'm in this feeling, I just want some more. Dance a go-go, turn up all the radio. Dance a go-go, turn up all the radio.
This song was playing on your show, right?
Yes, and now it's on here. We're on nationally here, right? DR Rocks is called?
Oh, yeah.
DR Rocks, you know, the station, we're nationwide here also now.
What is it? You're in Copenhagen now working with them over the weekend and today before you leave here tomorrow. What is it that you're doing right now?
Well, it's called pre-production, just you know, preparing ideas and songs for the album. We're engaging in a bit of an experiment. What we're finding with a lot of new bands is, in some cases, even the local town where they grow up, you know, don't get a chance to see them very often, you know. So in the old days, we had things called residency, which meant you played the same place every week for a period of time. And this was a very important step in the development process of bands.
That many people skip today.
Yes, many bands skip it. It's called most people, I would say, and most bands are not even that well known sometimes in their own local town, which bothered me. You know, so I said, well, we should try something and do it old school and serve two purposes. Obviously, play for the local people, so you get a nice strong base locally, which everyone should have. And also go through the bar band stage, which you skipped, you know, which means playing other people's songs, which helps your own knowledge of how to write and it also gives you a chance to perform. And the writing standards stay much higher when you're having learned other people's songs. You know, they're the best songs ever made, your favorite songs. You tend to learn the chord changes, learn that sense of melody, and increase your own ability to write. And most people skip it, so most people are not writing very well these days. You know?
Det Little Steven har fortalt, det er, at det de gør i øjeblikket, det er, at han er i København for at spille, eller bandet skal spille for et lokalt publikum. De skal spille sange, andre har skrevet, og det skal de, fordi det er der mange bands, der skipper i dag. Og det er med til at gøre en til bedre sangskriver, siger Little Steven, at man kommer igennem det der barmiljø. Noget, man gjorde meget tidligere, man ikke gør så meget i dag. Jackie, hvordan er det så at spille i små barer? Altså, I har jo ikke sådan ramt den store scene endnu som Little Steven. Altså, hvordan oplever du den del af det?
Det er fantastisk. Altså, der er en intimitet og en atmosfære, som man kun finder i et lille sted, og Floss, som vi har spillet her hele måneden. Og
så vi lige skal tilføje, at man kan opleve jer på fredag faktisk på Floss.
Sidste gang i den her omgang. Har vist sig at være det helt rigtige sted. Så rigtigt, så vi har indrettet kælderen til et studie, og i gang med at optage det.
Og det skal vi faktisk lige se. We're just going to show you a little bit of what they're doing right now. We'll most of be watching. This is the kind of stage that they're at right now.
Yeah, that's the club. The Floss. There'll be one more time this Friday, right?
Yeah, we're just talking about that. When you're with them, with your experience, what is it that you can add to a band like this? Do you come in and say, all right, guys, this is how we do it? Or do you sort of give them pointers, say, try this, try that?
Yeah, I mean, as a record company, whatever, executive, I take the same approach as I would as a record producer, really. It's a collaboration, with my groups. I don't tell them what to do, and at the same time, they don't hand me a record and I put it out.
No.
It has to be mutually sort of working together in trying to realize the potential of the artist. That's my job, So I'm always going to be pushing them to be better, in every possible way. And the bands that want to learn and want to get better are the ones we sign.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Ones that are willing to listen.
Yeah, because, these days you get a lot of bands that don't have that attitude. They think they're great, and then, they're born great, and,
So do they listen?
They listen,
Okay.
What people have forgotten through the years is what we do is a craft, like any other craft.
Mm-hmm.
And it has to be learned. It has to be practiced. It has to be, a lot of work goes into it, to really make it,
Okay.
And they're willing to put the work in, and so you combine that with, they're already great, and with a great attitude, wanting to even get better, that's right up our alley. Now I can do that. I can make things,
A little better.
A little better,
Okay.
That's just my thing.
Little Steven fortæller, at han kommer ikke sådan ind og fortæller dem, hvad de skal gøre. Det er et samarbejde, hvor de lytter lidt til ham, men som han siger, han vil ikke fortælle dem, hvad de skal gøre, ligesom at de heller ikke bare kan komme og give ham en plade, som han så lægger på. Det er sådan et samarbejde, men han minder om, at det at spille musik, det er faktisk et håndværk, og det er der mange, der glemmer. Det kræver hårdt arbejde, og hvis folk er villige til at lægge det for dagen, så vil han godt give en hånd med, og The Breakers er villige til at lægge det for dagen. Jackie, når I så er sammen med en mand som Little Steven, hvad kan I få ud af ham? Synes du, altså hvad er det giver jer at have en erfaren mand som ham med?
Altså det, som du siger, det er lærerigt. Steven, han har været igennem hele gamet i så mange år. Han ved, hvad det drejer sig om. Og han er villig til at hjælpe os det stykke vejen, som han selv siger. Ikke?
Ja. Men er det sådan noget med også nogen, der går ind lige og sige, nej, spil gitaren på en anden måde. Gør lige noget andet med bassen, Jackie.
Selvfølgelig er det også det, fordi at der kommer nogle friske ører på tit, når man har stået i timevis og knoklet med et eller andet, så lægger man ikke mærke til, man kan ikke selv høre det længere.
Nej.
Og
så
der er
et forfrisker meget erfarne ører, kan man
helt
sige.
præcist.
Okay. Little Steven, just here at the end. How far do you think a band like this can go? Do they only have a certain audience, or can they take it to like a higher level?
Well, that's a good question these days. It's a whole different world now.
Mm-hmm.
The record business is pretty much over. So let's get to it, right? Rock and roll has been driven underground. It's no longer a mainstream genre. So, it's an odd position we're in. We all we do is rock and roll.
Mm-hmm.
So our radio show and our radio format, unfortunately, is the only radio show in America playing rock and roll. Mm-hmm. And there's no other place for it. There's no format for it.
Mm-hmm.
We can hear new hip-hop, new pop, new hard rock, new indie rock.
Mm-hmm.
You can't hear new rock and roll, So we thought we need to fix that,
Okay.
because that's not right. So, you
But
know,
it's a fierce competition out there.
well, there's competition, but it's just a matter of reconnecting with the audience. We know the audience is out there. We'll play to 3 million people every time we go out. You know what I mean? So will the Stones, so will you too. You know, the people are there, but you got to get to them. So, you know, we don't have any fantasies about being mainstream ever again. You know, whenever maybe rock and roll will never sell millions of records again, but we don't have to anymore.
Okay.
You know, we keep the costs low and do the best we can, and our goal is to help them make a living doing it. You know, just be able to quit their day job and play rock and roll full time. If we do that, we're a success. You know?
Okay, thank you. Hvad lille Steven sagde her var kort fortalt, at det ikke sådan, man går og drømmer om det her. Det skal sådan blive noget, der sælger i millioner, men at The Breakers er i stand til at leve af det. Han siger, at rock and roll har det hårdt i konkurrence med en hel masse andre musikgenrer, og er blevet sådan mere undergrunds, og at hans radioshow, hans pladeselskab, måske en af de få, måske ikke de eneste, der dyrker den form for rock. Jeg skal lige høre til sidst, Jackie. Hvornår kommer der noget nyt fra jer?
Forhåbentlig i starten af året er vi klar med et eller andet.
Ja, okay.
Om det bliver det ene eller det andet, det må I følge med.
Okay, og hvis man har lyst, så kan man i hvert fald se jer på fredag.
Helt sikkert.
Little Steven van Zandt, thank you for coming on our show. Og Jackie, tak fordi du kom. Held og lykke med det.
Tak.
Good luck. Thank you.
Thanks.